Bigfoot vs Yeti. Who would win in a fight against each other? In today's debate, we'll take a look at these two legendary creatures and determine which one of them would be the victor in a one-on-one showdown. Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is said to be a large, hairy, human-like creature that lives in the forests of North America. It's estimated to be around 7 to 8 feet tall and weigh up to 400 pounds. Alright, so now that we know a little bit about these two legendary creatures, let's determine who would win in a fight between them. And while you're at it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. First off, let's consider their size and strength. First off, we need to make sure that we have a good location for the fight. If Bigfoot wins, the forest would likely be littered with yeti fur and possibly broken bones. Who do you think would win? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching. If the yeti wins, the forest would likely be covered in Bigfoot hair and have deep imprints of Bigfoot's large feet. This fight would definitely leave its mark on the forest and would be a sight to behold. The surrounding area would also likely be affected by the fight. If the fight takes place near a river, for example, the water may become murky and filled with debris. The trees surrounding the river may also be knocked over or stripped of their bark. The damage caused by the fight would depend on the strength of the two creatures and their fighting styles. Ultimately, the aftermath of a fight between Bigfoot and the Yeti would be a testament to the power of these two legendary creatures. It would be a scene that would be talked about for years to come. We want somewhere that's isolated and away from prying eyes. A dense forest or a secluded mountain range would be perfect. You also need to make sure that the environment is fair for both fighters. You don't want anything that could give either Bigfoot or the Yeti an unfair advantage. A clear and open space would be best. Now, let's talk about making the scene last longer. We want to keep the fight going as long as possible, so we can get some good footage of these two legendary creatures in action. One way to do this is to give each fighter some sort of special ability. Maybe Bigfoot has super strength, or the Yeti has super speed. This will keep the fight from getting stale and make it more exciting for the audience. You also want to make sure that there are plenty of obstacles in the fighting area. This will give the fighters some cover and allow them to strategize and plan their attacks. Trees, rocks, and other natural obstacles would be perfect. Finally, we need to make sure that there is a large enough audience for this fight. We want people from all over the world to tune in and watch these two legendary creatures duke it out. With the right promotion, this fight could be a global event. By following these tips, we can make sure that the fight between Bigfoot and the Yeti is not only entertaining, but also unforgettable. It will be an event that people talk about for years to come. Both Bigfoot and the Yeti are said to be around the same size and weight, but Bigfoot is often described as being taller and more muscular. If they're evenly matched, then the fight could go on for hours. But if one creature is much stronger than the other, then the fight could be over in minutes. There are a few factors that could influence the outcome of the fight. For example, if the environment is hot, then the creatures may become exhausted quickly. Or if there is a lot of rain, then they may become slippery, and it may make it difficult for them to fight. Ultimately, the length of the fight would depend on the circumstances. If we want to make the scene last as long as possible, then we need to make sure that the environment is ideal for a long and intense fight. By following these tips, we can make sure that the fight between Bigfoot and the Yeti is an epic battle that will be talked about for years to come. So I'm going to give the edge to Bigfoot in terms of strength and size. Next, let's look at their speed and agility. The Yeti is said to be more agile and faster than Bigfoot, which makes sense since it lives in a mountainous environment, where it needs to be able to climb and navigate difficult terrain.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to give the edge to the Yeti in terms of speed and agility. When it comes to intelligence, both creatures are pretty smart, but I think Bigfoot takes the cake here. Bigfoot is said to be very elusive and good at hiding from humans, which shows a high level of intelligence. Plus, there are stories of Bigfoot using tools and even developing language. So I'm going to give the edge to Bigfoot when it comes to intelligence.
Ow!
When it comes to fighting experience, I think it's a tie. Neither creature has any recorded history of fighting each other, but they may have had to fight off predators in their respective habitats. So I'm going to call it a draw. Alright, so based on everything we've talked about so far, I think it's safe to say that this fight could go either way. It would really depend on the individual creatures and their fighting styles. However, if we're talking about an average Bigfoot versus an average Yeti, I think the winner would be Bigfoot. Its size and strength would give it an advantage over the Yeti, but the Yeti's speed and agility would make it a challenge. Ultimately, I think it would come down to Bigfoot's intelligence and ability to use its environment to its advantage. If Bigfoot is smart and cunning, it should be able to outwit the Yeti and use its surroundings to wear it down. Plus, Bigfoot's massive size and strength would be too much for the Yeti to handle in the end. That being said, it wouldn't be an easy fight, and the Yeti would definitely put up a good fight. The Yeti is often described as having a white or grayish fur and a face that resembles a human's. The name Yeti comes from the Tibetan word meaning hidden. This is because the creature is said to be very elusive and difficult to spot in its natural habitat. Sightings of the Yeti have been reported for centuries, and many believe that it is a real creature that lives in the remote areas of the Himalayas. However, there is no concrete evidence that the Yeti exists. Despite this, the legend of the Yeti continues to grow, and there are many people who believe that this mysterious creature is real. Some believe that the Yeti is a member of an ancient race of human beings who lived in the Himalayas before humans arrived. Others believe that it is a type of ape that evolved separately from other apes around the world. Whatever the truth may be, the mystery of the Yeti is sure to live on for many years to come. It's estimated to be around 7 to 9 feet tall and weigh up to 600 pounds. Bigfoot is often described as being covered in dark hair and having a large, muscular body with huge hands and feet. The name Bigfoot comes from the creature's alleged large footprints, which have been found in various locations across North America. These footprints are said to be much larger than any human's and have been reported to be 2 to 3 feet in length. Despite numerous expeditions and investigations, there is no concrete evidence that Bigfoot exists. However, there have been numerous sightings of this elusive creature over the years. Many people claim to have seen Bigfoot in the wild, and there are countless videos and photographs that have been taken of this mysterious animal. Some believe that Bigfoot is a real creature that is hiding from humans, while others believe that it is nothing more than a hoax. There are even some who believe that Bigfoot is actually a government experiment gone wrong. Whatever the truth may be, Bigfoot continues to capture the imagination of people all over the world. Its legend has grown and evolved over the years, and it remains one of the most popular cryptids of all time. Now let's talk about the Yeti. The Yeti, also known as the abominable snowman, is said to be a large, furry creature that lives in the Himalayas. Now, let's get back to our fight. But what do you think? Who would win in a fight between Bigfoot and the Yeti? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so now that we know who would win in a fight between Bigfoot and the Yeti, let's talk about how we would make this fight even more entertaining. So how long would the fight actually last? Well, it all depends on the strengths and abilities of the individual creatures. What would the aftermath of such a fight look like? Right, folks, that's a look at what would happen if Bigfoot and the Yeti went toe-to-toe.